Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. Now today we are going to be talking about the Darlington weekend for Cup, Xfinity and Trucks. But before we get into that, let's talk about next week's schedule, which is Richmond Raceway. So no trucks for Richmond, it will be just Cup and Xfinity and also the wheeling modified if you're interested. But yeah, there's a wheeling modified if you're interested in that. Now, I'm not saying it's bad, I'm just saying if you're interested, there it is. But I'm mainly going to be talking about Cup and Xfinity. So there's only just two races for Cup and Xfinity for both. That doesn't make sense. So Cup and Xfinity will be sharing a day at Richmond, Saturday, September 11th. So that's obviously the 9. So that's obviously 9/11. Um, isn't it like the 20th anniversary of 9/11? I can't remember. But Xfinity Series will be running at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time for the running of the Gold Bowling 250. That's also when Dale Earnhardt Jr. will be making his only start for JR Motorsports, well, JR Junior Motorsports, and the NASCAR Cup Series at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time for the running of the Federal Auto Parts 400 salute to first responders. So as Richmond, obviously it's the 9/11 weekend, so there's going to be a lot of 9/11 paint schemes to commemorate the tragic event that happened in America in 2001, 9th, well, 11th of September 2001. There we go. It took me some time. Anyways, let's now go into Darlington, and let's first start off with the Truck Series, and that was won by good old Sheldon Creed. 2 in a row in the playoffs for Sheldon Creed. He's already secured his spot into the playoffs, and someone else who's also secured themselves into the playoffs next round. So the next round I think is round of 6. That is also John Hunter Nemechek finishing second place right behind him. He's also punched his ticket to the round of 6. Third place behind them, it is another playoff driver, Stuart Friesen, Todd Gilliland, Parker Kligerman with another great run, Grant Finger, Chandler Smith, Johnny Sauter, Zane Smith, and Matt Crafton round out the top 10. Then Carson Hocevar, Austin Hill, Colby Howard, Austin Wayne Self, Chase Purdy, Derek Krause, Josh Berry, Tyler Ankrum, Clay Greenfield, a pretty good solid run, 19th place, and Danny Bowen round out the top 20. So obviously now for the playoffs, I actually decided to just only talk about the playoff drivers only. And there was only one who finished outside of the top 20, and that was Ben Rhodes, finishing in 34th place. For the events that happened during the race, in lap 22, a drive shaft from Tate Vogelman brings out the caution. Lap 34, Derek Krause makes contact with the wall while battling with Zane Smith for 8th, and he falls back to 12th. In lap 46, John Hunter Nemechek wins the first stage. Lap 67, Ben Rhodes and Jack Wood makes contact. Rhodes was trying to dive down to the inside, I think in turn 3, and he collected Jack Wood and also collected Chris Wright, who was also in that battle. I think for the rest of the season, Dylan Lupton, driving for Kyle Busch Motorsports, he gets into the wall and pits from 15th. So that's lap 87. In a lap 91, Sheldon Creed wins stage 2. Wallace Allen gets dumped by Derek Krause while battling. Well, he didn't get dumped, but he just got... Well, they made contact. Haley Deegan gets some damage from that. Lap 144, Tyler Hill gets into the wall and gets some damage, no caution. While Sheldon Creed on lap 147 wins the In It to Win It 200 at Darlington. So that is now the second round, well, the second race of round of 8 done. There's only one more race left until this round is finished. So that's going to be very important to have a look at. Let's now have a look at the Xfinity series results, and that was won by Noah Gragson. If you don't know, he actually signed a new contract with Junior Motorsports to stay with him in 2022, so this definitely helped him. Second place for him, still looking for his first win of the season, it is Harrison Burton, then Austin Cindric, Justin Haley, Jed Burton, Justin Allgaier, Tyler Reddick, Jeremy Clements, Mike Snyder, and Alex LeBay round out the top 10. Then Ryan Sieg, Denny Hamlin, Ty Dillon, Mike Cornett, Josh Williams, Landon Castle, Colin Garrett, Mason Massey, Joe Graff Jr., and AJ Allmendinger ran out the top 20. Well, signing on Ty Dillon, he did replace Brad Moffitt this race. I don't actually know why. I should have done some research, but if someone can tell me in the comments below, That'll be fantastic. So Noble finishes outside of the top 20 in 24th place. Daniel Hemrick, 33rd. Brennan Jones, 38th. Riley Herbst, and 39th. Sam Mayer. Stuff that happened during the race. Lap 11. Daniel Hemrick loses power in the backstretch. Lap 12, Carson Ware spins on the front stretch. That causes a caution. Lap 45, Denny Hamlin spins off turn 4 while leading. While Daniel Hemrick wins stage 1. I know, right? He lost power, and then he won a stage. Lap 58, Brandon Jones hits the inside wall on the backstretch after contact with Daniel Hemrick. And lap 19, Noah Gragson wins stage 2. Tommy John Martins is slow on the track as Riley Hurst runs into the back of him. That was lap 108. He didn't see him, so just go keyboard warrior on him. He did not actually see him. There was smoke all over the place because I think he might have lost a motor. I don't know that. Lap 138, Brandon Jones once again spins in turn 4, which causes a caution. And once again on lap 148, 5. On lap 145, Daniel Hemrick spins in turn 1, but no caution this time. And on the next lap, on lap 146, debris on the caution, on the track, which causes the caution. And on lap 152, Noah Gragson wins the Sport Clips Haircuts VFW Help a Hero 200, breaking a 49 winless streak. So now he's punched himself into the playoffs, which it doesn't really change that lot in the playoff picture, I'll be honest. So I think I think everyone else may have a chance still of making it into the playoffs. But we just have to wait and see. It's mainly going to be. I think the playoff field has already been decided, and we'll get to that soon. I think I said that as well in my last video. I really can't remember. Anyway, so that's Xfinity. Let's now move on to the Cup Series, and that finally gained its first win of the season, and of course it has to be on the first round of the playoffs. Denny Hamlin, of course. I made a video about him, about the drama about him and his girlfriend. They did not get married. I probably said that. I really can't remember, but they did. But they did not get married. They were just dating. They were just together. Jordan Fish, and what a great time for me to talk about him. Great timing. So Denny Hamlin wins wins the race. Second place, obviously, I guess these two drivers have been battling out the whole season. Kyle Larson and Ross Chastain, surprisingly. Martin Truex Jr., Kevin Harvick, Kurt Busch, Brad Keselowski, Joe Logano, Chris Buescher, and Austin Dillon ran out the top 10. Then Cole Custer, Ryan Preece, Daniel Suarez, Ryan Newman, Corey LaJoie, Eric Almirola, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Tyler Reddick, Chase Briscoe, and Christopher Bell ran out the top 20. Playoff drivers who didn't make it into the top 20. 22nd place, Ryan Blaney. 31st, Chase Elliott. 34th, William Byron. 35th, Kyle Busch. And 37th, Michael McDowell. No events that happened during the race. On lap 16, Alex Bowman blows a tire and hits the outside wall hits the wall in turn 3, and Byron makes contact with him, basically ending his day. Well, not officially, but soon he will. Lap 31, this is how Michael McDowell ended his day in Darlington. He got loose and hits the outside wall, and then spins into the inside wall on the backstretch. So that definitely, it's not really good for him, obviously. On lap 47, once again, just like at Martinsville, Cody Ware and James Davison gets together, and Davison has to pit because of that. On lap 115, Denny Hamlin wins stage 1. Lap 125, Kyle Busch gets loose and hits the outside wall hard, and he went to the garage and basically he said what did he say? It was shit or something, like his race was shit or something. I don't know. I'll probably play a clip of it.
It wasn't the three's fault, so just take our lumps. You know, we're running like shit and we got wrecked, so that's what you get when you run like shit.
Yeah, I really can't remember, but there it is. Lap 162, Christopher Bell hits debris and damages the right front nose of the car, and on the next lap, well, 2 laps actually, caution for debris as Bell gets his nose fixed. Lap 200, William Byron loses a tire and hits the wall into turn 1, causing him to end his day. And on lap 230, Kyle Larson wins stage 2. While pitting on lap 233, William Byron, Ryan Blaney is penalized for an uncontrolled tire. Lap 318, again, Ryan Blaney spins from 11th in turn 3. Lap 328 on the restart on the backstretch, Chris Buescher and Eric Almirola makes contact. Lap 329, another tire failure for Hendrick Motorsports. Chase Elliott this time has a left front tire down after contact with Christopher Bell, who hit the outside wall. And on lap 367, Larson drives into turn 3 hard, but hits the outside wall, causing some smoke. Denny Hamlin wins the Cookout Southern 500, punching his ticket to the round of 12. I think Kyle Larson, definitely has gotten his spot into the playoffs as well, in my opinion, because of how far he is in the cutoff line. So maybe Larson as well, but I don't know. So that is the Darlington races. Let's now have a look at the standings, and let's first talk about the trucks. Here it is, Sheldon Creed. Now, obviously, 2 wins in a row in the playoffs. That's very good for him for his playoffs. And behind him, John Hunt Nemechek. Third place, Matt Crafton and Stuart Friesen, Ben Rose, Todd Gillen, Carson Hocevar, and Austin Hill currently right now on the bubble, a +5 above the cutoff line. Zane Smith and Chandler Smith, wow, both their last name was Smith. They're currently 9th and 10th. They need to hope that Austin Hill or probably Austin Hill to maybe Ben Rhodes doesn't have a great time in the next race. Which actually, what is the next race? I was about to say Talladega, but I don't actually know. Let me have a look. It's Bristol. That's the next race, Bristol Motor Speedway. Okay, that's gonna be interesting to watch. So they're not really they are in must-win territory. They just need to hope that these drivers has a bad day. Ben Rose to Austin Hill. They need to hope. Otherwise, they're out of the playoffs. I guess we'll talk about maybe the other drivers as well. Grant Finger, Derek Kraus, Johnny Sauter, Tyler Ankrum, Austin Wayne Self, Ryan Truex, Haley Deegan, Tanner Gray, Chase Purdy, Parker Kligerman ran out the top 20. You know, no one really cares about that. We all care about the playoffs. So, yeah, that's for the Truck Series. Now for the Xfinity Series. Obviously, the playoffs has not started. I think they only start two or even a race. So, most likely, this is going to be what the playoffs looks like. Austin Cindric, AJ Allmendinger, Justin Allgaier, Justin Haley, there we go. Daniel Hemrick, Noah Gragson, Jeb Burden, Harrison Burden, Maya Snyder, Brandon Jones, Jeremy Clemens, and Riley Herbst. Those are going to be the 12 drivers in the playoffs. I guess other drivers may have a chance. Mike Cornett, Ryan Sieg, Brandon Brown, Tommy John Martins, Josh Williams, and Landon Castle. Obviously other drivers as well, but those are the drivers who are most likely going to be in the playoffs if they do win at Richmond, which I think might be the last race. Let me check again. Bristol. Bristol's the last race. Okay. So Bristol's going to be basically everything. The final round of the Trucks and the Cup Series, and the final round of the regular season for the Xfinity. So Bristol, everyone needs to focus on Bristol, every single person. But yeah, so that is the Xfinity Series. I guess we'll have a look at the regular standings if anyone's really even interested. 1 point separates AJ Allmendinger and Austin Cindric for the regular season championship. Justin Allgaier behind him, then Daniel Hemrick, Harrison Burden, Justin Haley, Noah Gragson, Jeb Burden, Jeremy Clements, Brandon Jones ran out the top 10. Riley Herbst, Mike Snyder, Michael Arnett, Ryan Sieg, Brandon Brown, Ty Gibbs, Josh Berry, Tommy Joe Martins, Josh Williams, and Landon Castle ran out the top 20. So that is for Xfinity, and now for the Cup Series. Denny Hamlin punches his ticket already to round of 12. He's obviously advanced. Kyle Larson behind him, most likely also in as well. Martin Truex Jr. behind him. Then Kurt Busch, Ryan Blaney, Joe Logano, Kevin Harvick, Brad Keselowski, Christopher Bell, Chase Elliott, Eric Almirola, Tyler Reddick on the bubble. No difference, no point difference between him and Alex Bowman. 2 points back, it is Kyle Busch. 9 points back William Byron, and 20 points back Michael McDowell. It is safe to say that Michael McDowell is definitely not going to be in the round of 12 unless he somehow wins in Richmond and Bristol. I don't know how he would, but possibilities, am I right? Possibilities. I don't know though. For the other standings, for I guess the other drivers as well, Austin Dillon, Matt Benedetto, Chris Buescher, Ross Chastain. Yeah. So that's really about it for today's video. Just a reminder that Richmond will be the next race for Cup and Xfinity. Trucks will be at Bristol as included for all 3 series. So that's really it for me now. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Catch you guys on next time in the next one. Goodbye.